So it's an interesting story. I was studying a BCom in information systems, was a bit of a geek, into computers and fixing computers, and through my experience trying to earn extra money to go buy more tequilas, a real entrepreneur, yeah. I would go and fix computers, but end up teaching people how to use their applications in the computer, and went through some heavy Microsoft training myself, and after days and days of training, thought there's got to be a better way of this because the retention was not good, and more importantly, the application of what I was learning wasn't taking place. So I literally started training Jewish mothers who wanted to email their kids who had emigrated in Australia. And that evolved into, from a personalized individual capacity into the corporates. I recently rebranded. We were trading as on-site training for 10 years. And all the while being in Johannesburg. I moved to Cape Town almost 4 years ago. And we've grown from strength to strength. We have an office in Durban as well, a small sales office. And however, the majority of our business is still in Johannesburg. Yeah. So I get to spend a lot of time there.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Give us a sense of your staff complement. How many people?
So we hire 17 people full time, and we have a external trainer base who provides the training at our clients. We use about 30 trainers nationally around the country of various skill sets for different requirements.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very exciting space.
It is.
So how did you hear about EO?
So EO was introduced to me, or I had heard about it through some guys that I knew in Johannesburg, Oren Klopper and Alon Reyes, who I knew were some of the guys that started, and had kept track of it and didn't quite meet the requirements over the last couple of years. And when I did, obviously applied for it, and was really interested in getting to understand other entrepreneurs and how, and what I've subsequently realized, we're all in the same boat and we all, go through the same things, whether you're a 10 million rand business or 100 million rand business. So that's been really exciting for me, and I've had a love affair with wanting to do an MBA for a long time, which is just not feasible. And this was another way to, I think, learn on, that sort of basis of, similar case studies of other businesses and how people get over their issues and whatever. So from that perspective, that was sort of, very important for me.
Very interesting. I mean, a combination of owning your own business and being part of EO is like the best MBA you could ever have.
Very much so, yeah. Without the divorce element.
Story.
Yeah.
So,
you hope.
you hope.
Yeah.
So a question about maybe some history in your business.
Yes.
Every business goes through challenges, and I think we focus on this quite a lot at EO.
Yeah.
Can you articulate your greatest business challenge?
Yeah, sure. There's sort of two great big challenges. The one is I feel like a father to my staff, and I'm, as a manager, and incentivizing and motivating and, getting them to be more of themselves, and obviously within the context of the business. I find that to be a daily, input. So while it is something I enjoy, it is very much a challenge to maintain that high level of motivation. It's something that never ends. You're constantly having to do it. That's the first thing. And the second thing is cash flow as a result of growth. That's been a juggling act of note. And I'm sure a lot of guys, and what I've subsequently learned is a challenge. So yeah.
I think many people can identify with those challenges.
Very much so.
Thanks
yeah.
for sharing.
Sure.
If you had to give a new entrepreneur a business tip.
Sure.
What would it be?
It's a bit of a tough one for me because being in business now for 12 years, I would say go and do your homework before you start a business. But when I started, I didn't do my homework, and I, jumped right in the deep end, and you pay school fees along the way. So while that's, while it's a difficult thing for me to share, I do feel that being more prepared, having had more work experience in the industry that I think makes, a massive difference, and not on a whim that you think you can do it better than a competitor. There's a wonderful book called The E-Myth by Michael Gerber, and that really sort of, explains the technical person versus running a business. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs get into business because they think it's glamorous. From the outside, obviously, but obviously at the coalface, has a lot of challenges. So do your homework.
Good. Good chat. Last question. Tell us something about yourself that other EO members don't know about you.
Geez, good question. Because I've shared a lot. I would have to say one thing is I bungee jumped off the Orlando Towers in Soweto for my brother's bachelor's, and was an incredible experience. That's probably something nobody knows. Yeah.
Thank you. You've been great. Thanks so much for joining us on this.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All the best.
Cool.